Adventure and Pullman on W4CY Radio.
This is the Pipe Man here on the Adventures Pipe Man W4CY Radio, and I'm here with...
Yo, what up, everybody? It's Stu Folsom from SpiritWorld.
Nice, here at Louder Than Life.
Yeah.
You know, I do festivals all over the U.S., U.K., Europe, and I've been, following your sets everywhere at festivals.
Okay.
So, I'm happy to be talking to you here at Louder Than Life because I just love your live show.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Tell the listeners who have never seen you live what that's like.
I guess I came up in late 80s, early 90s thrash and hardcore and crossover was the stuff that really my older brothers had that I just geek out on. So my band, when you see us live, I mean, we just bring neck snapping heavy metal riffs. So if you dig Metallica, Pantera, Obituary, all that good old stuff, I mean, that's basically we're just kneeling at the altar of those bands.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I'm an old school thrash metalhead, so that's why I like it. This is my 80s battle vest.
Hell yeah.
Slayer didn't even have a patch yet, so I made that myself.
Yeah, hard.
And you could see it probably a bunch of the bands you were listening to back then on that I drew on there. And,
yep.
You know, this one, somebody coming to home, man, you have the old school Exodus logo because that's the logo when I drew it. So if you were to look at that, and there's the front side, you could tell it's been through some battles.
Oh, yeah.
Who would you say you would most want to tour with?
The obvious one is Slayer. Metallica.
There you go.
Those are the two. Metallica had us out when they were doing their M72 tour. They picked some bands and just... I think we did Dallas, and they do a kickoff thing for the weekend. Us, Fugitive, 200 Stab Wounds all met up and did some big club shows that led into the Metallica weekend. So, I mean, it's not like we got asked to tour, but at the same time, it's
it's still cool.
You're on their radar enough to go open up a Metallica weekend where they're doing 2 nights at a stadium, and they gave us all pit passes to go to the show and shit. It was cool.
How badass was that?
It's sick. I mean, my older brother that got me into a lot of this shit plays bass live in SpiritWorld. So, I mean, it's one of those, pinch yourself things where it's the email comes in and it's yo, somehow Metallica knows what the fuck we're doing and we're...
Right? That's pretty cool.
We're going and pack up the guitars. We're going to go play some riffs, you know?
Nice. How is it playing with your older brother? I have older brothers.
Shit.
None of them I would fucking play music with, but they don't like the same music as me, so.
Yeah, us, we're cool. We like a lot of the same stuff, and, it's just a blessing to be able to do a band and, spend time with people you really dig. I got to handpick because when we did our first record, I just recorded it all, and then when we started, I think Obituary hit us up to take us out, and I think I told our booking agent, he was so can you tour? What is up with this project? And I'm little white lie. I'm yeah, of course, ready to go. And then Obituary took us out. And I had to, call up my brother and a couple of my homeboys and be yo, you want to go on tour and play these songs with Obituary? I sort of may have booked a tour and need to get a band cooked up.
That's great.
And hoping that they could do it, I got to handpick who I wanted. And they were fuck yeah, dude, let's go. And then since then, we've toured with, we're really lucky, Sepultura, Creator, fucking Nails, Terror, Obituary, Agnostic Front, all these bands that literally their catalog changed my life. And those are the bands that we just find ourselves out on the road with. It's amazing.
And you're going on tour in November soon with couple other badass bands. I love Alien Weaponry.
Yeah, stoked. I don't know those guys, so it'll be cool to meet them. Alien Weaponry and Avatar.
Yeah,
those are two.
And Avatar, they're just the coolest dudes, and what a great show.
Yeah, they took out Orbit Culture a couple years ago. I think it was at the House of Blues in Vegas, and I love Orbit Culture, so... Yeah, it's another thing. It's just cool, man. All these opportunities. It's a couple years ago going to watch a band that they brought out on support, and then fast forward and getting an email saying you want to go open up for Avatar.
Right?
And
it kind of blows your mind.
Yeah, and some of that shit, Jose's here from Liquid Metal, and I've always had a subscription and listened to it, and it's you can tell like we're kind of breaking into like the metal thing, you know, like all of us came up going to underground punk, hardcore, death metal shows, and it's really cool that SpiritWorld is embraced by a lot of different spots in the underground, because some bands, they can't. I feel like they just get stuck in whatever little thing, and we're one of those bands that I feel like we can play with anybody and do anything.
See, that's cool. I like that about a band like you, because you're right. I come from the 80s scene. I went to Slayer's first show ever, Metallica's first show ever, and they had to leave L.A. because they had nobody they could play with. I saw Stryper open for Slayer.
Yeah, crazy.
And it's that's the reason they left to the Bay Area from L.A. is because they were just left with all the hair metal bands.
Yeah.
And the real thrash scene was in the Bay Area, which I didn't find out till they left, because I was like, oh. And then me and my bro, we used to hitchhike up to the Bay Area after Slayer and Metallica left us, and we're like, oh, this is the real thrash scene.
Yeah, yeah.
So, also, what about the concept of how you guys dress on stage?
Yeah, that's another thing that I think it helps, because I wrote a book of short stories that the whole like gist of this band was to do like, I wanted to do a project that I could really try some different artistic, just creative endeavors. So like fiction writing, a lot of the graphic design, I write all the riffs and the songs. So it's really like my catch-all place to just kind of get weird. And so because I knew I wanted to do something that allowed me to stretch into these different areas, I kind of landed on, like, I grew up in a household where, like, we all rodeoed and, like, came from, like, a Western culture. And so I grew up reading, like, Louis L'Amour books and watching fucking Westerns and, like, Rio Bravo. And, like, so I love that stuff on one hand, but I also love thrash and Cro-Mags and, like, Strife and Hatebreed and hardcore and stage dives. So I ended up doing like I just came up with this idea to do like a horror Western world where like a group of like roughneck gunslingers are finding the gates to hell. And I'm like, then I can write a Western, I can write like a horror movie, I can have like thrash songs where you have like demons and devil worshippers, because you have this occult thing. And then it's really cool on the records, like, I can do some pretty far out there shit. So live, when we present it, it's been tough on the support stuff because I can't get like the visual component quite where I want. But like, we come out in nudie suits, like rhinestoned out with a bunch of like occult stuff all over them. And then at some point when I get it big enough, I want like pyro and giant fucking cactuses with Jesus crucified on them and all the like heavy metal Iron Maiden like.
See,
that's
I love
the dream,
it because it's different, you know? It's like you're not doing what everybody else does. I find a lot of new bands nowadays, it's almost like they want to do exactly what somebody else did because that worked. And I love that you're taking the risks to do what you love, what's truly you.
Yeah.
Opposed to trying to be somebody else.
Yeah, when I was younger, I was in bands where you just play the shit that you like, and as you get older, you kind of figure out who you are more. And for me, a big thing was if I was going to do another like artistic project, I wanted it set up in a way where it's only stuff that I love. And there's not one piece of it that is something that I'm... Because sometimes you make concessions. If there's 5 guys in a band, you may have a drummer and a bass player play a groove that you don't like, but because you just wrote 5 songs, you got to do it to keep the peace.
Right.
So not that I'm like that incredibly hard to work with, but... this is like my self-expression. So the riffs, the grooves, what I want, like everything is exactly something I'm really proud of and really excited to share. And then we get so many cool opportunities and so many people are finding the band that it makes it a little easier when like the first time I told people about this, we didn't even have a song up. And so it's like, you're going to do a book and like, what the fuck? And I have like a Sharpie. I drew a picture of our live like stage show before we ever recorded anything, and it hangs up on my wall. And now it's like when we're playing in front of like 10,000 people at a fest and we have a 30-foot banner of like this cowboy and these demons, like it looks just like this picture, and we're like in our suits. Like our guitar player seen it the other day and was like, dude, that's so nuts that you like drew that at work and then
That is fucking cool.
But it just goes to show, like, if you know who you are, if you don't know who you are, how do you get your dreams to come true? Like, that's a thing that I think about of, like, I know what I like, I know what I want to do, and
you have to have the vision.
It.
Like, everything you're talking about and doing, like, I'm also a motivational speaker, so that, like, just goes right into that personality of mine, because it's like, you have to see the vision before you can create the vision, and that's what you did.
Yeah, and I have found that I don't know how to make things happen. Like, I wasn't somebody that was plugged in with the industry by any means, but I know what I want to do, and I know that each piece of it, there's nobody putting more time and love and effort into it.
Yeah.
And then the art finds the way. Like, I don't know where the door is or who the doorman is, but just the energy I'm putting out, somehow it's finding these
thing
channels. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're being altruistically you.
Yeah.
And then you get your following. From what I've noticed at your live shows, you have this, like, cultish following because of that. Because of that, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, when we tour with hardcore bands, like, we went out with Stick to Your Guns and Comeback Kid last year, and you could tell, like, the Spirit World fans are, like, rolling in. There's, like, goth-looking gals that are, like, done up in, like, Western dresses and, like, long hairs with battle vests that, like, come right up front. And the hardcore kids, they pit so hard that a lot of those shows, there's, like, a horseshoe in front, but then it, like, fills in with this, like, ragtag group of just a lot of really different eclectic freaks up there headbanging for us. And
I love it.
It's cool. Like, and other bands notice that too when, like, I don't know, it's just a thing. Like,
I think that's why these bands are taking you out on tours, because you stick out and you're something different. And we need different in music.
I agree. And, like, a lot of the shows, like, even if you love the style, you go watch 5 bands that are basically a couple degrees off from the same thing. It does get samey. And so it's cool. Like, the visual component to us really sticks out when we're playing with hardcore bands and punk bands that are just wearing the same thing they woke up in. So, like, on one hand, we're more theatric, but at the Avatar tour, they're so theatrical. Our show doesn't touch theirs yet.
Right.
But we're so heavy and, like, aggressive. Like, our set at that will be, I'm sure there will be people at Avatar that have never seen anything as, like, violently aggressive as our set. So in that room, we'll turn heads because they'll be like, Jesus, that band just fucking relentless riffing. Holy shit.
No doubt, because I've noticed at other festivals, it's like people didn't know what to expect, that, like, didn't know you.
Yeah.
And they see, but then you start playing and they're like, okay, holy shit.
Yeah. And it's tough for us because we haven't been able to really translate some of the, like, alt country stuff we do on the records, just because, like, we're not big enough to have a crew and have, like, techs and shit. And so I'm not bringing out acoustic guitars and Telecasters to, like, do some of the interlude stuff. And so we come out, Eddie Arnold plays every night, like, right before we walk on stage. And then you just feel it with the crowd, like, the riffs are undeniable. And at some point, like, people love metal.
Yeah.
And it just wins crowds over.
Totally. And this upcoming tour, I think, based on what you were saying, too, I was thinking about it is perfect because each one of you 3 bands have a different type of vibe, different type of theatrics. And you have Avatars you were talking about, and Alien Weaponry, they do the whole New Zealand stuff. So
yeah, super unique.
It's like all 3 of you are super unique, which makes it such a cool tour.
Yeah, I'm pumped, man. Like, we played some shows with Carcass and Brujeria the other day, and, like, it's a similar thing. We come out to Eddie Arnold, do our thing, and then I don't know who the artist is, but Brujeria comes out to, like, it's just like some kind of mariachi, like, cool, dancey song, and then they do their, like, beat down, ultra, like, I don't know, it's cool. Cool vibe, man.
Totally.
I like weird shit too. And the older I am, like, even if I can't understand music, because I've learned that sometimes it takes shit a while for me to, something that I couldn't get into 10 years ago might be my favorite shit today.
Right.
And so I do like when I can just tell whatever somebody's doing is this unique, crazy thing that I don't understand. Like, I almost seek that shit out more.
I love it.
Than I ever have.
And so how do people reach out to you on socials, on the web, to your merch store? Because they can't listen to my show unless they buy your merch, and you have some cool-ass merch.
Yeah. I mean, we're terrible at social media. We're on Instagram, but spiritworldprofit.com is our merch store. And then we got a record, Eldorado, that came out in March that's doing great. And then we're on tour all November, most of December with Avatar. So easiest way, come to a show, hang out, say what's up.
They definitely have to. I think they'll see the vision when they're at a show for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And you're going to kill it here at Louder Than Life. And thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipe Man.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipe Man on W4CY Radio.